$40 billion gone in 72 hours. That is what happened in May 2022 when an algorithmic stablecoin called Terra USD collapsed and took the savings of hundreds of thousands of investors with it. Most of them did not understand what they owned. This video, make sure you do. Welcome to the Rational Crypto, where we cut through the hype and focus on what actually works. Long-term thinking, disciplined investing, and data-driven decisions. No gambling, no leverage, no get-rich-quick schemes. Just rational strategies for building real cryptocurrency wealth. Let's dive in. Here is the problem. Most crypto investors hold one of two positions on stablecoins, and both are wrong. The first, ignore them entirely. I'm here for returns. Stablecoins are just dollars. What is the point? This investor has no tool for managing volatility, no dry powder for bear market accumulation, and no exit vehicle when cycle peaks arrive. When prices drop 60%, they either hold and suffer or sell Bitcoin at a loss and move to cash with all the friction of converting back later. The second, use them reactively. Panic into stablecoins when prices crash, then chase prices back up when confidence returns. This investor buys high, converts to stablecoins low, then buys back high again. The stablecoin becomes a tool for executing the worst possible version of market timing. Both responses come from the same source, not understanding what stablecoins are, and more importantly, what they are actually for. This video covers three things: what stablecoins are, and the four types you need to understand, how they work, and why not all stablecoins carry the same risk, and the three specific ways rational investors use them as a strategic tool across the full market cycle. Let's start from the beginning. A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency designed to maintain a stable value relative to a reference asset, almost always the US dollar. That one sentence contains everything that matters. It is a cryptocurrency. That means it lives on a blockchain, can be transferred globally without a bank, and operates inside the crypto ecosystem. But its value is designed not to move. One USDC is worth approximately $1, not 90 cents in a bear market, not $1.10 in a bull market. $1. Why does that matter? Because the primary obstacle to using crypto as a working financial tool is volatility. You cannot pay a supplier in Bitcoin if Bitcoin might be worth 30% less by the time they spend it. You cannot hold short-term money in crypto if you need stability. Stablecoins solve this. They let you stay inside the crypto ecosystem, move money at crypto speed, and keep the option to buy again, without exposure to price volatility while you wait. There are four types of stablecoins. Understanding the difference is not optional. It is the difference between using a safe tool and losing $40 billion in 72 hours. Type 1. Fiat-backed stablecoins. USDC and USDT are the dominant examples. For every stablecoin issued, the issuer holds an equivalent amount of actual US dollars or short-term US government bonds in reserve. The peg is maintained because the backing is real. USDC is issued by Circle and is known for higher transparency. USDT, issued by Tether, has higher liquidity and wider availability, but has historically been less transparent about its reserves. Both are the rational choice for meaningful stablecoin holdings. Type 2. Crypto-backed stablecoins. DAI is the primary example. These are backed not by dollars, but by cryptocurrency collateral, usually at an over-collateralization ratio of 150% or more. If you lock $150 worth of Ethereum, you may mint $100 worth of DAI. The extra collateral creates a buffer against volatility. Type 3. Algorithmic stablecoins. This is where Terra USD lived. Algorithmic stablecoins try to maintain their peg through software-based supply and demand mechanics, not actual reserves. In May 2022, that mechanism failed catastrophically. The peg broke. The algorithm amplified the collapse instead of correcting it. and $40 billion of value disappeared in 72 hours. The rational rule on algorithmic stablecoins is simple: avoid them for meaningful holdings. Type 4 commodity-backed stablecoins. PAX Gold or PAXG is the leading example. Each token is backed by 1 troy ounce of physical gold held in a vault. These are not dollar stable, they are commodity stable. They serve a different function. The rule: for practical stablecoin use in a rational portfolio, the universe is USDC and USDT. Everything else requires a specific reason and a clear understanding of the additional risk. Quick pause. If you are building a rational crypto strategy and want to understand every tool in the system, not just the assets, but how to use them across a full cycle, subscribe and hit the bell. We cover this framework regularly. Now, how stablecoins work under the surface and why the risks are not equal. USDC and USDT operate like this. You send $1 to the issuer. They issue you 1 stablecoin token on the blockchain. That token can now be transferred globally, quickly, and usually cheaply. When you want your dollar back, you return the token and receive the dollar. The peg holds because the backing is real, or is supposed to be. The main risk here is counterparty risk. That means the risk sits with the issuer. If Circle or Tether were to fail through mismanagement, fraud, or regulatory action, the value of the backing could be affected. This risk is real. It is not theoretical. Neither option is risk-free, but both are the most reliable stablecoin options available. The Terra Luna collapse teaches the most important stablecoin lesson in crypto history. UST maintained its $1 peg through an algorithm. It was always meant to be exchangeable for $1 worth of its sister token, Luna. In theory, arbitrage would protect the peg. In practice, when confidence broke and large holders began selling, the system entered a death spiral. More UST was sold, more Luna was created to absorb it. Luna's price collapsed, confidence in UST collapsed further, and the selling accelerated. $40 billion, 72 hours. The algorithm amplified the collapse instead of stopping it. The lesson is not that stablecoins are dangerous. The lesson is that algorithmic stablecoins without real-world backing are dangerous. On stablecoin yield, the rational question is simple. Where is the yield coming from? Yield from a major, established lending protocol is one type of risk. Yield from an obscure new protocol is completely different. High yield, especially above 10% annually, is a signal to examine the risk, not a reason to allocate more. The rule: stability of the peg is only as reliable as the mechanism and the entity behind it. For meaningful holdings, demand transparency and a track record. For yield, understand the source before you chase the number. Stablecoins are not an investment. They are a tool. A rational investor uses them for 3 deliberate purposes. Use number 1, dry powder for bear market accumulation. The best time to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum is during the bear market, when prices are down 60 to 80% from their highs and sentiment is at its worst. A rational investor holding stablecoins has capital ready to deploy without waiting for a bank transfer, without fiat on-ramp delays, and without extra friction. 5 to 15% of the portfolio held in USDC during accumulation is not fear. It is optionality. It is loaded ammunition. Use number 2, profit preservation at cycle peaks. When Phase 3 exit signals begin firing, fear and greed above 85, weekly RSI above 80, and MVRVZ score above 7, a rational investor begins reducing exposure. Converting Bitcoin or Ethereum to USDC on the same platform is faster and more flexible than moving straight to fiat through a bank. You stay inside the crypto ecosystem. You preserve value, and you remain ready for the next accumulation phase. This is not leaving the market. It is positioning for the next entry. Use number 3, cycle anchor during the deep bear. In Phase 4 of the cycle, when prices are down 70 to 85% from all-time highs, a stablecoin allocation is not giving up. It means you have already taken profits and are holding value in a stable instrument, waiting for Phase 1 to begin again. The investor with 20% in USDC at cycle lows, has 20% ready to deploy at the point of maximum fear. The rule: stablecoins are a cycle tool. Their allocation should change with the cycle phase. At the peak, they absorb profits. At the bottom, they hold dry powder. In between, they do nothing. And that is exactly the point. Now, what should a rational investor actually do? 4 practical steps. Step 1. Choose USDC or USDT for meaningful holdings. Full stop. Not DAI for significant amounts. Not algorithmic stablecoins. Not a new stablecoin with unusually high yield. USDC offers higher transparency. USDT offers higher liquidity and wider exchange availability. You may use both, but the stablecoin universe for a rational portfolio is deliberately narrow. Step 2. Never chase stablecoin yield without understanding the risk. A major established protocol offering 4 to 8% annual yield on USDC may be a legitimate use case, but an obscure protocol offering 25% on an unfamiliar stablecoin is not the same thing. The yield is the signal. High yield without a clear source is a warning, not an opportunity. Step 3. Size your stablecoin allocation to your cycle phase. In phase 1 and early phase 2, hold 5 to 15% in stablecoins as deployment capital. In mid-phase 2, hold 0 to 5%. When phase 3 exit signals begin firing, convert 10 to 30% of the portfolio to stablecoins incrementally. In phase 4, rebuild the stablecoin allocation from profits taken at the peak. The allocation is not fixed, it is cycle responsive. Step 4. Think of stablecoins as the reset mechanism between cycles. Every bull market creates an opportunity to take profits. Every bear market creates an opportunity to re-enter. Stablecoins connect those two moments. They preserve value at the peak and deploy it at the trough. The key: stablecoins are infrastructure for the rational strategy, not an investment, not a permanent holding, a tool used deliberately, sized to the cycle, and chosen carefully. If this gave you a clearer framework for what stablecoins are and how to use them as a strategic tool, hit the like button. It helps more long-term investors find a rational approach to building real crypto wealth. Let's land this. Stablecoins are not the boring part of crypto. They are the tool that keeps a rational investor in the game across the full cycle without being forced to sell core holdings at the wrong time. Used correctly, they are dry powder during accumulation, a profit preservation vehicle at cycle peaks, and a stability anchor during the deep bear. Used incorrectly, they become a panic button that locks in losses with extra steps. The 4 types are not equally safe. Fiat-backed stablecoins, USDC and USDT, are the rational choice for meaningful holdings. Algorithmic stablecoins destroyed $40 billion in 72 hours. The lesson from that event is permanent. Your homework: check how much you currently hold in stablecoins. Then ask, is that amount intentional or accidental? Is it tied to a cycle phase allocation? Or is it just where money landed after your last trade? If it is not deliberate, it is not a strategy. Make it one. Stablecoins are one tool in the cycle-aware framework. The next layer is understanding the 4-phase cycle itself, because the cycle phase determines how large your stablecoin allocation should be, when to begin building it, and when to deploy it. That is the next video. There is more to explore if you want to build crypto wealth rationally. Hit the next video and keep the momentum going. Your future self will thank you. If this added value to your crypto strategy, hit that like button. It helps more people find rational crypto education. Subscribe for regular deep dives on dollar cost averaging, psychology, and cycle-aware investing. Drop your biggest crypto question in the comments below. Until next time, stay rational.